Welcome
Loud acrylic
once
nails.
again to Clinical Theurgy, episode 33. Boy, oh boy, that's a lot of fucking episodes. How have all of you
Indeed.
earned this?
Somehow we've made it. Somehow. Not all of us, though.
Through the resolve of Krauskron.
Not all of you. I think this is a contender for most member of parties lost. This and Conscripted are up there. Oh, no, wait, never mind. Akunsat won that one.
Oh, God.
Well, I mean, how many people did they lose along the way, as opposed to losing them all?
I think both were actually at 5, because there were 3 and 2 from... No, I'm sorry. Conscripted still holds the record at 6.
But it's all about percentages, because we're only at 4 people.
Yes.
Do you have a record for your longest living character? In like
Goran?
session-wise? I'm curious, because Goran has survived 33 in a row. I wonder who has more...
Are we going off of episodes or level?
Sessions. It'd be sessions.
Okay.
I guess.
As far as recorded sessions, that's
what's a better
probably...
metric? I don't know.
As far as recorded sessions, that's probably true.
Hell yeah. Goran for the win.
That's all you wanted, isn't it?
Yep, that was what he was gaming for.
I mean, I wouldn't be throwing that out in front of Steve like, oh, look, my character hasn't died.
That's
Steve,
not the way I said it.
Listen,
but you take it that
I
way.
am not the kind of GM that just goes around killing people's characters, okay?
I hope
died
you've had a
this session.
particularly bad week, Steve. And that way you take it all out on Goran.
If you die this week, it's your own damn fault, okay? This is Trump's America now.
Jesus. So anyways, we had a few days downtime and
We had 3 of the 4 party members had dreams last time. Ivy dreamed about her father. He was in front of her school. He told her she needs to talk to her mom / her sword and free her so that he can also be free. Apparently, she's lacking some memories. Gulron was visited
That made
by
sense to everybody, right? That was like one of the clearest things I've ever told anybody, right?
What?
You gotta talk to your mom in the sword so that you can free
Talk to your
dad.
mom and the sword so that you can free her, so that she can free your father. But you have no clue how to talk to her or what even any of them are. It's great. It's not
Yeah, it was like
confusing
so
at all.
clear. It's like AT&T clear.
That's not a metric I would use to describe something, but sure.
Carry on.
Gulron had a dream, and he was visited by Thoth. Thoth offered him a very generous deal. He said if we kill the winged beast for him and burn it, that he will remove Ivy's death curse. And he would ensure that the curse doesn't trigger while we're fighting it. And Gulron told him to go pound sand. Antaeus, he had a dream from somebody that is part of Brianna's new life, but someone that Niev was not really sure who he heard. He told Antaeus that Brianna is doing well and that she's seeking out the path that they want her on, and thanks him for basically sending Brianna his way, and said not to share it with anyone, which Antaeus totally didn't share it with anyone.
Oh shit, I totally forgot about that.
So then the next day, Niev and Ivy had coffee and a conversation, and Niev wanted to visit Shashat's library. She had suggested that maybe they see Moirin, but Ivy wasn't sure that Moirin could help. Goran communed with Krauskron and looked for a craftsman to make like these effigies of Krauskron like he got with the dwarves. He found an old dwarf to make it. Let's see, we went to the library. We looked up people trapped in weapons / gems, and we found out that the gem in Ivy's sword is similar to one that traps souls, but it shouldn't be able to store spells, so we're not quite sure about that. Niev did recover 1 sanity by talking to someone about her experiences. Antaeus went to Plinko's and acquired about business cards. That was an interesting exchange. He
That was exhausting.
he also and then he went and looked for a publisher to see if he could find someone to publish his book. It was a place called The Press, and they produce manuscripts. He wanted to get the Kraz-Karan book published. Goron met with Antaeus to work on getting signatures for the Kraz-Karan temple. Antaeus stopped by everybody's house to tell them about meeting up the next day for, I guess it's going to be a group effort to go get the signatures, because we got to visit different religious places around Knightsbridge.
Oh, I thought it was just like a kind of catching up on what was going on with people thing, but I don't know.
Oh, people are going to get forcibly roped into it.
Yeah, Goron and I talked for all about 2 minutes.
I'm sorry,
together,
Jess, forcibly roped. That doesn't trigger you from Sunday, right?
There was nothing forcible about that rope.
Only if the ropes are tied the same way, just sort of looped around. Yeah, and also while Antaeus was there, that was when he asked Niev about, do you know who could have been speaking to me in this dream? And she's like, out of character, I know who it was, but in character, not so much.
All right. Good recap. So here we are. There are no dreams. There is only the next day. And cats running through the background.
Aw, chaotic little kitties.
So, the four of you can meet up and discuss some of your findings.
Niev wakes up a little bit different.
Quite a bit different.
Yeah, so I don't know if we, because I think Antaeus told them we were meeting in the next morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone knows we're meeting. I don't know if we decided on a place or where we're meeting, but...
Nope. As far as I know, we didn't.
Niev's house. I feel like that's our go-to meeting place. It's just Niev's house now.
That's fine. Niev will cook a nice breakfast.
Yeah, Goron will show up for breakfast.
All right. What
Niev.
shall the four of you talk about? I'm sorry, did Niev want to tell us what she cooked?
Yeah, so Niev decided to make eggs and...
Wait, it's not vegan?
Niev's not vegan, she's vegetarian.
Oh,
Eggs are vegetarian.
Gotcha.
So she's
I
gonna
thought
make...
you were doing vegan food before, not vegetarian.
Oh, no.
Nobody's ever vegan unless they're insane.
So Niev's gonna do like a scramble bowl with eggs, potatoes, mushrooms, things like that. So it's still vegetarian, but it's got some nutritious stuff in there. And she'll make some coffee and maybe some pancakes.
Okay.
She's going through a phase.
This phase is growing about 2.5 feet taller.
Oh, she's hitting puberty.
And gaining about 70 pounds.
Yep.
And you're feeling emotions that you didn't normally feel before, right?
More like I feel more comfortable in my own body.
That happens sometimes too, but usually later.
Oh, goodness. Well, I am going to pull out this strange note I have and show it to Antaeus, and I think Zigmar slipped me a note, but I can't read it. But I know there's magic in it, and there's some kind of magical spell that's there's words hidden or something, but I'm not knowledgeable of the Arcana. Can you help me out at all here?
Well, I think that in character, I'm assuming that it's probably Zigmar, considering I can't read the language. So I'm taking a wild guess and assuming I can't read the language, right, Steve?
You cannot.
Fair enough.
Okay. You are trying to decipher what this language is. And it's actually, as you're looking at it, that you realize it's not really a language at all. This is some sort of cipher.
Oh, good. I can't read it for reasons other than what I thought I couldn't read it for.
At first you're looking at it and you're like, these have got to be like, these characters look almost like they're goblin or maybe like orc or something similar, but then you start to realize, no, some of these characters don't exist in any of these alphabets, and some of them are other characters from other languages, but they're like shaped slightly different than they should be. Like they're either backwards or maybe like tilted in a weird way.
But I can't make out what it's saying.
Give me an insight check. I did call it insight, right? Or did I call it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I was reading the my occult thing for that because I forgot that linguistics had one.
You are not sure what you're looking at here. Whatever this is a pretty complicated cipher. And there's nothing that patternistically makes it look like one of these might mean something else. One thing you're probably sure of is because of the way all the letters are spaced together, you're quite sure that spaces might themselves equal a different character.
Didn't I have some information though from last week because I cast like detect magic or something in spellcraft and I knew there was some spell on it, but I needed an arcana roll to be able to determine more, and I
there is
don't
some
have
spell
arcana.
on it. Yes, there is a spell on it.
Yeah, so I would convey to Teus that I was able to spellcraft this and I could determine there's like a spell on it that seemed like there was like words layered under words or something like that, but I wasn't knowledgeable enough of the arcane arts to figure out what exactly was happening beyond that.
I don't remember if I'm misremembering. I can make a knowledge roll, but I don't remember if it was that or if it was something else or a secret page. I might be thinking of something else.
Yeah, it was like
though.
maybe like a secret page or something like that.
There
But
is a secret page on it. That is correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, looking at this, your insight's still not high enough. The secret page is just another layer of part of how this works.
Okay.
Why is Zigmar slipping me a confusing, complicated cipher?
What was the word that was the word then was translate, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like the only thing I could clearly make out was translation. Translation. Is this supposed to be a translation to something? I don't know. Why is Zigmar doing this? I'm not smart enough to figure this stuff out.
It's the translation for the old Draconic book, guys. That's what it is.
It might be something that he himself was not able to translate. It may have been slipping to you.
Why would he give it to me? Why wouldn't he just give it to you? It would make a lot more sense if he needed help translating something that he would just give it straight to you and ask.
I don't know. Perhaps there's something about the hush-hush of it. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's very bizarre. Like, I mean, granted, it doesn't surprise me if he would be able to do something like this, but I can't imagine any reason he'd have to do that and then plant it on you and then... There's no offense, but linguistics doesn't seem to be your forte.
Nope, not at all. I can speak common, and that's it.
So you can read as many words on the sheet as I can.
Probably less.
Oh, I can't read any of this. I know that it's a cipher of some sort, but I'm not sure what, and I can read translation, and that's it.
That's still more knowledge than I had.
I'm going to ponder over this for a moment while
Give me do you have any ranks in spellcraft?
Yeah, my keyboard. Why are you doing this?
Give me a spellcraft.
Oh my god, what's happening?
Okay, so you're playing around with this thing, and one of the other things you'll notice is that... Actually, do you have Detect Magic?
I do not.
Okay. So that spellcraft doesn't tell you a lot.
hence why tomorrow Ivy and I both have to do
was
the
this
mind
something
link thing.
I missed because I did detect magic and I had a 31 spellcraft on it.
I am checking to see certain things that he's rolling with his knowledge of certain other things based on the knowledge arcana he got.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Well, we can always look over it tomorrow because that was when we were going to look at the sword.
I mean, is it
also.
based off the magical auras on it? Can I just tell him what auras are on it? And
No,
convey-
the arcana gives him an insight if he can notice something specific. But he can't notice the specific thing because he doesn't have detect magic, and so the spellcraft check shouldn't have even been rolled because technically he's not even eligible to look at the thing that he would need to look at based on the knowledge he knows of the other thing.
Gotcha.
It's that, like, this is a layer cake kind of thing.
Yeah. And we each have like half of it and can't get the right halves to connect.
Yes.
Well, we can always look over this again tomorrow.
If you're done reading your love notes from your goblin friends, perhaps we can get to more serious business.
Yeah, I'm sure he's giving me a love note that's in a language I can't even read. That makes total sense.
Who wants more coffee?
Now, coffee, that's the way to a girl's heart. I will take that.
I will give you some more coffee. So, something on your mind, Gulrod?
I hope we haven't forgotten about Ivy's issue. We should try and figure that out, right?
Definitely not forgotten. All of the multiple issues I have, like a death curse, my mom trapped in my weapon, apparently my father's trapped in some crazy limbo place. Yeah, I haven't forgotten any of my issues.
Well, I want you to know that some gods are apparently interested in curing you in exchange for the death of Pyre. But I refused the offer.
Which god?
And why? I mean, I assume we have to kill Pyre anyways. Wouldn't getting my curse removed at the same time be like a win-win?
I'm willing to bet that's probably Thoth based on your fondness for him.
Guron kind of like acknowledges it, but doesn't like directly confirm it. I don't know, maybe thinking that perhaps he endangers people by talking about Thoth too much. But
No. You and I are on the same page about Thoth.
It's all I can say is this is not the way we should do it, I think.
It is not the way.
But clearly, this seems to be some affliction that may be used against you, and if we are to encounter Pyre, so we should try to get rid of it before that happens.
Yay, risk my life. Fun.
How do you propose we handle this ourselves, Goron?
The same way we did before this a rude interruption of a dream.
Aha! Oh, sorry. My apologies. This is what I was mulling. I was like looking through my backpack briefly and...
Oh, cool.
I definitely just interrupted you in the middle of what you were saying, though, Gulron. My apologies.
All right, roll me a d4.
All right.
Okay. I'm going to wait till he finishes what he was saying.
Okay.
And then I'll roll the d4 right now, though.
Yes, as I was saying, the same way we had planned to get rid of it before. We need to find some creature or opponent for Ivy that I believe the conditions were that it had to be stronger, and we give her light assistance and hope she can overcome it. So it's the only way to do it. Unless any of you
That's
have
not
any...
scary at all.
I'm sure with our light assistance, you'll be able to overcome the challenge. Just have to pick not too much of a dangerous foe. But other than that, Antaeus has agreed to. We keep saying your name differently. Is it Onateus or Antaeus? Correct me now.
Well, I mean, I've always pronounced it Antaeus, but
Thank you. All right, I thought I was going crazy.
I assumed it was a dialect or some sort.
Antaeus has agreed to help me if anyone else wants to join in. I'm planning on starting a temple to Kraskron.
Antaeus's eyes suddenly start to glow very brightly as you're saying this, and as you hear him snort in the background.
I'm assuming inhaled, that's how it would be ingested, right?
Yeah, are you alright? Trying to
What's he
get
doing?
everyone on the same page here.
Do your eyes look any different when you have detect magic running, or?
In this particular case, they especially do. But yes, there's usually a faint glow when you cast detect magic.
I'll start looking at the page and going over it.
Okay. Give me another spellcraft.
Sure. Oh yeah, there is no. Oh yeah, there is a. Okay, fortitude save. That's right. On the wrong page here for that.
Okay.
Whew. So you wanted to? Sorry, you wanted another spellcraft.
Yep.
All right. Oh, that's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. All right. Carry on.
Yes. If you're done having a fit there, Antaeus. I need to obtain signatures of 6 other churches to agree to set up this temple to Kraskron. Moirin has been more than generous and has signed on as one. So I need 5 more. I was brainstorming with Antaeus about which ones would be the most agreeable. But I don't know if any of you had any ideas or wanted to help out with this.
I'll help out. Some people find me persuasive.
Yes, this was my plan for the rest few days before we go out on another task.
I was gonna see if can I just take 10 on that then, Steve? Okay.
Nope. This is something where focus is required, and there is something that happens if you were to fail by a certain amount.
Okay. Well, about how long does it take for me to realize that I'm not getting
It's about a minute.
Okay. And I'm assuming I'm going to get another reroll at any point.
No.
Okay. Well, at that point, I haven't been paying attention to Guran, but I'm assuming that he's talking about what I assume he's talking about, and I'm being incredibly rude, of course, unintentionally. But I'm gonna look at Ivy. Do you have that sword with you still?
Yeah, I carry it at all times.
Might I take a look at it real quick?
Yeah, I'll hand it to him.
All right, I'll try to look over the sword while he's going over the plan still.
Okay.
I'm pretty much done, but I have a short list of churches that I've selected, unless anyone has any better ideas, but I can go through the ones I've selected if you want to talk about it.
I know nothing about religion, so I'll come and hang out and help if I can and try to stay out of the way.
Yeah, I just spent some time researching like druids and things like that. I'm not familiar with how things work in this continent, but like Ivy, I will help in any way I can.
Yes. I'll be there.
Excellent.
I'm trying to detect magic on the sword as I'm barely paying attention to what he's saying. But we've kind of already talked about this, so I'm just agreeing to what I've already agreed to.
But yes, as we're progressing to each church, Moirin let me know it's important for us not to reveal how many other people have signed on.
Okay.
So if you don't bring that up, that would be helpful. But as soon as everyone's ready, I'm planning on making my rounds to these churches and seeing if I can make any progress.
Antaeus, give me a knowledge arcana. So you're looking over that again with the detect magic. Okay. And give me a spellcraft. Okay. So you are focused a little more clearly on it, seeing certain things about this that maybe you missed when it was last being looked at. One of the key things that you start to notice in this is that there is a certain kind of way that the arcane weave works, that you can. There are creatures that exist that are sort of built out of arcane energy. Creatures that are sort of manifested using, the raw ether itself, kind of twisted into its own form. It creates this very strange texture that often is very comparable to force energy, but actually more significant in power if it can be manifested. But it also tends to be found that it's kind of the blending agent that mixes, that is the thing that kind of allows people to create magical effects. You sort of move it through your body and push it out. But every once in a while, it can sort of bond with the body. And when it bonds with the body, it creates a very strange interaction. A number of different interactions can occur, but one of them creates a new kind of arcana. A kind of ether arcana that can actually be capable of having the same implicit spark of existence that happens to other living creatures. It sort of like takes a bit of life energy and manifests it into an arcane object, thing, essence. The word's not very clear. And what you can realize as you're staring with that knowledge at this blade, is that woven into this are what seem to be like the fabrics of living ether.
What the hell is this? Oh, I'm sorry. Here, hand the sword back. I'm sorry, Goron. I'm assuming that this is basically the plan that we had discussed yesterday, you and I. I apologize for not paying attention much. I don't have much time on this, and I wanted to utilize it to the best of my abilities. Speaking of which, about how long have I been using this for? Just a couple of minutes,
Steve? Just a few minutes, yeah.
Speaking of which, do you still have that book that we found?
The
Don't.
Grauskaran book?
The other one, the one that we found in the library.
You should have that.
Oh, yes, I should, shouldn't I? My apologies. I been very frazzled. I will, do I have this? Do I have it? I don't.
Right now, I believe it is actually with the ministry.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter. You would not get any results from that anyway.
I didn't know if I'd be able to learn anything that we didn't already know, but yes. Did you have a plan of action as far as, or were we just going to go address them as a group, or?
I mean, one at a time. We gotta give each temple their respect. I'm not sure if there's any customary gift bringing for this. Myron didn't mention anything. I think I just have to convince them with my words. perhaps a display of Krozkron's strength and practicability and what he can do. I don't know. Whatever they want, I guess, to get their signature. I have some plans to play to their strengths. I selected gods that share domains with Krozkron, and perhaps if we go down a certain route in convincing them, for example, for Aether believes in revelry and those sort of things. Aether.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So we approach it from that angle, like there'd be celebrations, these sort of things. If Krozkron is let in, there'd be lots of revelry for his induction to the temples here and stuff like that. That sort of thing is my tactics for each one. So, for example, Lars' strength and war and stuff like this. Krozkron has honor and resolve. These are related.
And my apologies. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it sounds like a very solid strategy. Before we go to each one, we'll just kind of, maybe it would be a good idea to kind of review like what angle you're going for, and I can try and sell it that way.
Yes, that's a good idea. Make sure we're all on the same page so we don't say anything foolhardily in front of the head priests.
Yes. Sorry, I thought I heard you say Aether there for a moment, and it threw me off because of the living Aether that is this sword, apparently. Oh, yes. The detect magic that was one of the effects of the thing that I took, and that was one of the things that I was able to glean from that from the sword, is that there's some sort of like living Aether about it. Not entirely sure how, but yes, that's something that we'll have to look into, of course, but I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
It's kind of like force magic, except stronger.
And alive.
And alive. Your sword's alive to some degree.
Okay. There's too much weird stuff and too little time.
Yes, of course. We'll go over it a little more when we have time to do some research on this.
It's not going to be as boring as rocks, will it?
Well, if you would like some information about rocks, I can give you some information about rocks.
No information on rocks needed.
Okay. Gulron, when would you like to start doing the rounds, as it were?
Whenever you're all ready. I have finished my breakfast and drink my hot brown morning potion. I'm ready for the day.
Yes, food. I'll just kind of find some food that looks like nobody has touched it and start eating it.
Would you care for some coffee on Teus?
Sure, I'll have some of that.
Actually, we should all look presentable. Let's all wear our best clothes. And yeah, do you have any food in my beard? Check it.
I don't see any food. Do you have a beard comb? Maybe you could like groom your beard a little.
Perhaps we should stop by there must be a grooming store in town. They'll spruce us up. I don't know if I don't have a better clothes, so perhaps we should all.
Am I supposed to plug Manscaped here or what?
No.
Let's spruce everyone up. Only lasts an hour. That's not good enough. Well, I can
we need permanent
every hour.
You can season him.
Yes, I think we need something more permanent, and I think it would just be nice if we all just before we go out, we have some nice time together, getting some new clothes and enjoying ourselves a little bit.
As long as you're not insulting my taste in clothes, I think that I'll be okay with.
Why would I do that?
Well, you see, there was this guy at my university. He basically told us we all looked like I don't know. He was very rude. He didn't like the way we looked. We weren't cool enough for him, and he went out and got us clothes, but none of us wanted to wear them because he was just very rude about it.
Yes, no, that sounds terrible. That's why I'm suggesting we all go together and we pick our own outfits and we all try to look presentable as we put our best feet forward when we enter these temples and make a good impression.
He went out and bought you clothes of his own accord?
He was a rich kid, so I guess he figured money would fix everything, but he was not very nice about it. I much prefer Goron saying, let's all do this together as a bonding experience.
Money
Yes.
can't buy you happiness.
Sounds like a nice gesture nonetheless.
But it can buy you a jet ski. And you've ever seen a sad person on a jet ski? No. No, you haven't.
Thank you, Steve.
Trust me, Antaeus, if you had ever met him, you would definitely know it wasn't a nice gesture. He wanted to throw the best party, and he said none of us were invited because none of us were cool enough.
Damn.
Doesn't sound like much of a friend.
No, we were stuck with him. He was our dead weight.
Interesting. Never been to university, so it sounds a little odd.
Indeed.
Anyways, everyone okay with this? Ready for
Yes.
some new outfits?
Sure.
Sure, I'll go grab my suit that I had gotten for Elizabeth's ball, and then I'll go get it spruced up a little bit.
Okay.
I definitely want to go shopping because nothing that Brianna wears is something that I would really. Plus, I'm too big.
Yeah, nothing that Brianna wears fits.
Yeah, that's true. Brianna still would wear it though.
Right now, you look like you're gonna go out and work the streets.
Oh gosh.
Gather that information.
All right.
So I will quickly do the dishes, wear what I can because obviously I have very little that fits me.
Mhm.
It doesn't fit, but I'm just trying to squeeze into it.
Yep.
I mean, you can borrow something of mine for a day. It might be a little less ho-tastic looking.
Yeah, at the same time, it'll look like she's wearing her boyfriend's clothes.
Wait, what's your height and weight, Ivy? Just out of curiosity.
Roughly the same, it looks like.
Nope,
Oh.
not the same. 5'4", 150.
Well, honestly, it would probably be better than Brianna because she was 2'9" and 30
Yeah,
pounds.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It'll look like you're in a crop top and capris, but at least it won't look like you're in a mini skirt and a tube top.
I would appreciate that, Ivy, because I'm now 6'3" and 111 pounds. So
Oh, you're skinny.
I rolled really low for my weight.
Oh, elves are also usually very skinny.
True. Yeah, I'll find I guess I'll find the longest clothes I can muster and bring them to you.
Mm-hmm.
But they're probably gonna look very I don't
It's
know, athletic-esque, I guess.
It's okay as long as I have something covering me because I'm not comfortable showing this much skin.
It'll at least cover more than you're used to. I hope you like black and blue.
Sure.
Okay. So you can.
I was gonna say I'll go change and go look for clothes.
Yeah. And then the party can go on a clothes shopping session.
Best kind of sessions.
Why?
I mean, I've done this as
How
a
is it-
whole 3-hour campaign session. It drove Charles to
Holy
a
moly.
in fact, Jess, you can ask Charles on the next Sunday session how he felt about Ryan and the rest of the party's clothing session.
Oh gosh.
As soon as he mentioned how he wishes he could go back to doing that versus all that combat, I was like, yeah, that's exactly what he's referencing.
Yep. But yeah, you guys can head out. What kind of clothing are you looking for? Because there are a number of different fashions in the country, and especially in Knightsbridge.
I'm looking for something that will be, comfortable, look nice. I'm not looking for anything too like flashy or fancy. I mean, I have a little bit that I can spend, but I'm just looking for something that looks almost like something that you would wear like business attire more so than like like particularly like elegant, or I'm not looking for evening wear. I'm looking more like for something that looks professional, because I'm shopping in mind that we're going to try and go pitch something to people of various faiths, so I'm trying to look professional.
Okay.
I also would like to maybe purchase a couple of like everyday, comfortable outfits that I can like go out adventuring in as well, since I have to kind of replace my wardrobe now.
All right. And Gulran, what about you?
Yeah, kind of similar take to that, but the way I was going to explain it was like Gulran didn't want to like look like noble clothing. Like he wanted to look like he wanted clothing of like a lot similar to the types of people that would be coming into these temples for help and stuff like that. He doesn't want to look like he's like standing above people, or he's like a higher station than the people he would be potentially preaching to and stuff like that. So just like everyday average clothes, but like looking nice. So like they would be obviously new, and I wouldn't use these for adventuring. I'd use these for church going exclusively. So I mean, I spent my time in the Church of Sascha a lot, or the temple. So I'd pick something maybe like Moirin would be wearing, or other priests or clerics that I would see similar clothing to that.
Okay.
But I would keep this outfit aside or in my apartment and not use it while I go out and adventure.
Okay. Ivy, what about you?
I don't think Ivy's probably ever dressed up very much in her entire life that she can remember. So I feel like every place I'm just tagging along with them, and I'll like pull stuff out that's like similar to what I would normally wear, but like cleaner, and be like, is this good? No? Okay. How about this? No? Okay. And it's just going to be a lot of that over and over again.
Niev also would be probably not afraid to ask the shopkeepers for help, since she doesn't really know like style and customs here. And if Ivy seems like she needs guidance, she would also ask for Ivy as well.
Okay. And how about Antaeus?
Well, I'm gonna get my suit touched up a little bit. I think I spent a decent amount, but then again, that was also like level 2 or 3 maybe. So it's probably like the 100 gold tops or something I spent on that. But I'll see if when we go to these tailors, if there's anything that they can do to it to make it look a little more spiffy.
Okay. So
just kind of like a bland, non-assuming color.
So for Ivy and Niev, the two of you will end up ultimately needing to ask somebody, as things do change a bit here. One of the things that you'll have expressed is kind of like the in fashion sort of thing is more of a rustic look. A lot of kind of looser fitting, kind of very plain attire, with maybe some light coloration to it, but not real dark colors. A lot of like probably fainter than pastel colors. So like blues are very muted blues, like it's more of a gray tone with a hint of blue in it, or like a white tone with a bit of blue in it. Same with like the yellows and greens, all very soft colors right now. And a lot of it is very loose overall, with a lot of like sashing to keep things closed. Like you either tie around a waist point, or you like wear some sort of covering that kind of pulls it all in. But the clothing itself is designed to be loose and kind of create frills in different places as you wear it. But it is very much about like comfort and sort of muted colors right now.
That sounds right up Neo's alley. She likes comfort and she likes, kind of loose-fitting clothing. So
I mean, the rustic and loose-fitting sound great, and then we got to pastels, and I kind of wanted to barf.
Sub-pastels. So pastels are like the much fainter version of a color with a certain texture to them. The texture is actually similar when you go sub-pastel. You get into a color pattern that is like, if you look at, hold on a sec. It's a subset of periwinkle.
Ugh.
You don't like periwinkle? What's wrong with you?
I mean, my character does not like periwinkle.
Well, that's your character's problem. All right, so your character's probably gonna hate all these.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's probably gonna just pick whatever like Niev and the person helping us says look the best, wear it for one day, and then throw it in the back of her closet and be like, not again.
But Ghoulron, you'll get a bit of a different experience. If you are talking about like your deity and you're talking about like this image of kind of looking priestly, but not like a high priest, but like your standard kind of clergyman, they'll start asking you some questions about like, because they've never heard of your god before. So like, what's his color palette? What kind of colors is he like?
Oh, well, he's more about the earth. I don't really have a color palette. I've only seen stone sculptures of him.
The earth like dirt? Or the earth like stone, you said? I think you said stone?
Yeah, more stone than dirt, yes.
Like traditional stone or deep stone?
Don't
Deep
you have
stone,
a
deep
book
stone.
that you could look at that has colors on it?
Does it have color? I thought it was just plain
It is a stone book.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm assuming that, they could probably get a color similar to that, right?
They can try to sort of match it a little bit.
Because
Yeah,
you said
I'll
the
pull it
covering
out.
has his face on it and stuff too, right?
It has it like kind of etched into it.
Or etched. Okay, yeah.
Or
So
chiseled.
yeah,
I
if you
guess,
can
not
match the
etched.
color of this stonework, I guess, and I'll pull out the huge book.
I have an idea for what I can do. I'll need the day though to put something together. I don't think I have anything on hand, but looking at this and looking at you, I think I have an idea.
All right. How much is it supposed to run me?
Well, if you want to look like one of them, it's going to cost like it would to one of them. This would be custom work. We're probably looking at somewhere in the realm of 50 gold.
Oh, I think that's agreeable. You can make sure you do a good job.
I will. Done many, many things like this.
Great.
Be happy to do this for you.
Excellent. I would just want to make sure he's not swindling me.
You mean you need a praise, not a gauge. He doesn't seem to be
Okay.
being disingenuous with you. But you're not sure if what he's going to make is going to be.
Excellent. Looks good.
And
You need a deposit?
yes, I need the money up front.
Up front?
Yes,
Oh.
I will make alterations as you see fit.
Will you give me some sort of receipt for this?
Of course. What good is a deal without
deductible.
a document?
All right.
That's a good point.
I'll hand him.
Is it tax deductible?
If he gets a church, that outfit is tax deductible.
I'll hand him 5 platinum coins.
Okay. Thank you. I'll get to work on it right away.
You didn't even ask my name. My name's Gulran.
You wrote it down on this document I handed you to fill out.
Oh. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I forgot.
Thank you, Gordon.
What's your name?
My name is... Fill the blank random NPC. Hold on.
Fancy McFans pants.
Nobody told me you all
Fillmore.
were going shopping. Till the last minute.
Fillmore Blank. What a nice name. Was it Blanc? Am I pronouncing it
Willem.
right?
Willem Dolph.
Willem Dafoe?
Dolph.
Willem
D-U-L-F. D-U-L-F. Looks like this.
Dolph. Willem Dolph. Strong name. Excellent.
Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
And Antaeus. There is not much they can do to enhance your suit. Like, bringing a suit to a tailor is kind of like, here's the suit I have. Can you make it more valuable? And they just kind of tell you, like,
That's
I can't make a suit more valuable than the suit is. The suit is the sum of its parts.
That's fair. I suppose I'll see if I can at least get it touched up a little bit, and then I'll
They'll
search
clean
for
it up,
something
fix
else as well.
any like little tears or whatnot. But you've only worn this thing one time.
That's true. And then I suppose that I'll get something else as well, and possibly wait. We're supposed to not look ostentatious, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. At least that's what Golrod
so-
was saying.
So getting a royal suit would probably not be the best idea.
No. Also, that is more a royal suit is more like costume jewelry.
Oh. Well, I suppose I will, man, a doctor's outfit is a lot of money.
You're not a doctor.
Well, yeah, it's 150 gold for a doctor's outfit.
You're not a doctor.
That's true. I was just looking at it in comparison. Some of these, the most expensive ones are like 200, and then it's like a doctor's outfit is 150. I'm like, what does this even come with?
A doctor.
I suppose I'll just like look for. I actually would be looking for something muted and probably in pastels because it's not. It actually because like I'm looking for something that's not very eye catching and very unassuming. And
Yeah.
I'm assuming that would actually be right up my alley.
So then the four of you can basically buy. It is 8 gold for your outfits. It is basically the equivalent of a courtesan's outfit. Or courtesans. I never say that right, but I want to say it a certain way.
What would be like the next step up from that?
So that would be a courtier's outfit.
Okay. I'll just pay the 30 gold and get that then.
Okay.
Because I want something a little
So
nicer.
what is basically the difference between those two things is one has been touched up so that like it's not the layering is less natural and it's more like in a certain patternistic style. But it does create a little less of a loose fit on what you're wearing, but it's designed to look more loose when you wear it. It's like
the quarter.
the courtiers.
Oh.
Courtier.
I
don't know. It's French in origin, so it's courtier,
Oh,
right?
God bless it.
Help me out, John.
This internet.
You're the Canadian. You by
I thought it was
default.
courtier.
By
I have no
default, you
French.
have to know French.
I thought it was courtier.
Okay.
Courtier. I don't know. I'll look it up later.
I guess I would get the one that's a little more form-fitting.
Okay.
How much would it be for 2 just regular
I don't know.
everyday adventuring
What's wrong with the
type
internet? Why is the internet being slow?
outfits?
So for that, you're
Stop it.
looking at the at an explorer's outfit. So those are 10 gold apiece.
Okay.
Okay.
And then what was the other? Oh, I was looking at my gear. The root armor, it fits itself to me, right?
Yes.
So the only
You just
thing I
let
have
it
a
grow a
que-
little bit. You don't like do any pruning on it, and it will
Okay.
sort of adapt.
The only thing I have a question on then is what about the belt that I just got?
So it's magical. And what you will find with a lot of magical gear is that it sort of seems to resize with you as long as you're wearing it like you're supposed to.
Okay. Wonderful. That makes me happy that I didn't just buy a belt for no reason. Okay, so I will go ahead and take 20 gold off for my explorer's outfit. Were we going to get like our hair done? Goron get his beard groomed? Was that part of what you
Get
wanted
your
to
hair
do?
done, dude.
Yeah, part of it would have been to just like get trimmed up, not like full out be with. I don't know, like if that's like a normal thing a lot of people do, I guess, but like Goron just wants to look presentable. So like we've been adventuring for a long time, like maybe like he needs like a little bit of a haircut or something. I don't know, just these sort of things. Like look like we're not like savages that have been in the wilderness for several weeks or whatever.
But you are. All right.
But yeah, maybe like a quick, after we're waiting for my thing to be made, maybe the rest of the day we go to like a spa type place to just get like cleaned up or stuff like that.
Yeah. So for about 2 gold, you guys can kind of get yourselves cleaned up, made to look a little bit more presentable.
Gulron will pay for it for the whole party and say,
Okay.
"This is my treat for you all. Let's enjoy the rest of our day, and once my outfit's ready tomorrow, we'll go out, and it's my thank you for helping me with this.
Thank you, Goron.
Let's enjoy ourselves for once."
I agree.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem.
All right. And with that, let's go ahead and take a short break. See what happens on the other side.